So we were going to the temple. So one friend, she said, Jayanthi, you're going to all these temples. Why don't you go to the Sathya Sai Baba Center that's in Vancouver, British Columbia? That's where we lived. And we thought, okay, let's go. So what's the big deal? We'll go. And we went, one time we went, we didn't know the address exactly, and we returned back. As you all know, unless he comes, he wills it, we cannot get into his fold. So, brother, I think for time being, you can pause it so that they can focus on me rather than the pictures. You can see this in the video later. I'll send it to you all. His message is more important. His glory is more important. So what happened? Sorry. What happened? We went to the Sai Center, but it was closed. Then we came back. Again, the following week we went there, but we went according to Indian Standard Time. We didn't know about Swami Standard Time. So we went there. By the time everything was over, then we thought, come on, forget about it. This is not like, it's not meant for us. Forget about it. Our own temples are enough. Then Swami saw, okay, only when I will, you can come into me. From there, we moved to Columbia, Missouri, to the USA. There where we went, they said in that town, Columbia, Missouri, they said they don't have any temples. If at all, if you need to go to temples, you have to drive up to Kansas or St. Louis, which is 5 hours up and down by car. Then we didn't have a car at that point of time because he was a student doing his PhD. So we thought, okay, what are we going to do? And then somebody said, oh, here's a family who will be conducting Sai Bhajans. Generally, we don't go there, but if you want, you can go. Then I told him, at least for the sake of children, we have to go. But let us go and sit and pray to our own Ishtadevata, Lord Muruga. So let's go. And the amazing thing was that person who is in charge of the home, the Sai brother, he said, don't worry about the ride. I'll come and pick you up and I'll come and drop you off. We were so taken back. What? Are there people like this also coming and picking up and dropping off? Okay, please come, brother, we told. And we went, he came on dot. Then we went and stood there and we got into the car. And as soon as we went for the first time, they said, again, I told you the first impression is the best impression. The first picture of beloved Swami was that one with the Abhayasta, half of the size. So I was so attracted to that picture. And I started to listen to the bhajans. I was so impressed. On August 10th, this was in June 1996, we went to that home, started to go to that home. On August 10th was my birthday. That morning, beloved Swami came in my dream, and I am sitting in Kulwant Hall. And there are tons of people, I have no clue about Kulwant Hall or whatever. So, but in the dream, Swami came, and in the dream, he is coming all the way towards me, came and stood in front of me, and he says, these were the exact words he spoke in English. Come on, Jayanthi, let me bless you and go. I am running out of time, take my Pada Namaskar. So saying, he's lifting his dhoti and the robe, and then I'm trying to touch his feet, and he's blessing me, putting his hand on me. After that, he starts to walk in such a way, it was as though he was gliding and walking. That fast, you cannot imagine. So right after this, the alarm rang and I woke up. So then I told my husband this what happened, and I didn't know the value of the dream. Later, the next day we went, that was the Thursday, so we went to the bhajans. After the bhajans, my husband told the brother that today is Jayanthi, yesterday was Jayanthi's birthday. This is the dream she got. And everybody was so stunned. Jayanthi, we have been coming here for 4 years. None of us got this kind of dream. What a blessed soul. It's not even 2 months or so, you got this kind of dream. I thought, what's the big deal about it? And I left it. At that point of time, an elderly lady, she came and gave the book called Loving God, written by Professor Kasturi. She said, Amma, you read this book. In my case, because I grew up with my grandmother, when I studied up to 9th grade, she taught me, enough of your studies, you have to focus on cooking and etc., the household chores. So I didn't go beyond that. But whereas my husband has read many books. So anyway, I got that book and I kept it in the bookshelf. At that time, I had a big portrait of Lord Subramanya, and of course, somebody gave Swami's picture, this tiny, this size. So I kept it right there. But now it's vice versa. Swami's picture is this huge, and Lord Subramanya's picture is that small. So what happened? On October 27th is our wedding anniversary. So I looked at him and I said, everybody is saying that you are a God. If you are really a true God, today is our wedding anniversary. You know, my parents have passed away. So my in-laws are in Coimbatore. So I want to know that if you are really a true God, I'm going to close it. That lady has given a book. I'm going to close my eyes and open this book. And I need to get an answer related to our wedding anniversary. If I get something related to that, I will take it for granted you are a true God. I told him like this, and then I closed my eyes, took the book, because at my young age, whenever I want to do anything, I used to tell, because I told our Subramanya is my favorite deity, right? We used to have audio cassettes, isn't it, those days? So in those days, in the film songs, there used to be some godly names starting the songs will God. Whoever knows Tamil, கடவுள் ஒரு நாள் உலகை காண தனியே வந்தாராம் கண்ணில் கண்ட மனிதரை எல்லாம் நலமா என்றாராம். So like that, கடவுள் இறைவன் something godly name will come. So when I put the cassette, if I get the godly name, I'll take it for granted and I'll go for the thing. I'll take it that Swami has granted the boon. I mean Lord Muruga. If not, never I uttered to do that. So the same principle I wanted to follow here. I told him, okay, I'm going to close my eyes and open the book. I had to see something related to our wedding anniversary. The moment I opened, it said in inverted commas, Swami showered his blessings on the newly wedded couple and put yellow rice on them, akshada on them. And that's it. You know, yeah. In America, I'm sure here too, we have sandwich, right? Bread sandwich early morning. So in one layer we apply peanut butter and the other layer we apply jam. And then you can connect both of them, right? You attach both of them. Once you attach, you cannot separate it, right? The same thing with Swami. From that moment, we have become that close with Swami that we cannot be without him. Anything and everything, always Swami, 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 Swami. That is the only life for us. So this happened, and now I want to share a couple of experiences. But because there was one other day, I got another dream. In that dream, Swami comes into my dream, and he said, actually, I'm standing in Kulwanthal. Swami is right there, and I'm standing in Kulwanthal, and Swami is trying to do all kinds of gestures the way I do. And everybody keep, giggling and laughing in the audience, and he's just keep doing whatever I do. Then he turns to me, and he says, Jayanthi, go ahead and share your experiences. I'm sorry, he didn't say Jayanthi. He said, go ahead and share your experiences. I said, me, Swami? Me? Yes, you go ahead and share your experiences. Then I am asking him, Swami, which experience do you want me to share, Swami? He says, go ahead and share your grandma's story and your stove story. Okay, Swami, I'm just telling, and I started to share that. This what in the dream is going on, but what happened in real, my husband will explain to you. Thank you.
Jai Sai Ram. It was Brahma Muhurta time, like 4 o'clock, 3:30 to 4 o'clock, around that time. And I just woke up hearing Jayanthi talking. Why is she talking? Then I realized that she had a dream and she's talking in the dream. I did not want to even move my little finger because otherwise she would stop talking. I wanted to hear what she's talking about. It was a talk about high ideals or high philosophies for life. It was nothing but Swami talking through her, because Swami was just using her voice, but it was all about how to live the life. And I would simply say that it was comparable to the philosophies that you can hear from a Nobel laureate. When I was doing my graduate school in Canada, I had a chance to listen to a Nobel laureate scientist who explained about his work. But I felt the same thing, that as if one of our Indian Nobel laureates like Tagore was talking. Swami was insisting on the discipline and the control of senses and the mind, and he was insisting on doing the sadhana, and then he was insisting on doing service with love, to everyone without any expectation of gratitude or any reward. So this was the gist of the talk, but the talk, she used a wonderful vocabulary, that I never heard from her before or after. So it was very clear that Swami was using her voice to get the message across that, it was Swami who was benevolently coming into her dreams and guiding her. And from that time, we realized that Swami was intimately with us in every moment. And everything that we think, everything that we speak, everything that we do was influenced and guided by Bhagavan. And from that time, we realized that how fortunate we were. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sai Ram. So hope you all can understand English, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So now I'm going to tell about first the stove story. I want especially the ladies to listen very carefully, okay? Keenly.
Sai Ram, one request, you have to be as fast as possible,
sure,
because the time is of the crunch. Sai Ram.
Sure. Sorry. This was in Michigan, the same home where you saw just now. It was just 3 months old, brand new home. And this was in the month of February. Generally, it's very, very cold in Michigan. So what happened one Sunday, during Sundays my children go to the SSC class, which we call it as Balavikas here. So that morning my older son came, Satish came and told me, Amma, today my teacher asked me to come 1 hour earlier. So please get ready. So we had to leave 1 hour earlier. So that day I was preparing in a gas stove and 10-liter pressure cooker. I was preparing fried rice. Because the previous day one of my friend was met with an accident. So I told her, don't worry my dear, I'll come and give you food. So I was preparing the fried rice. So what I thought, okay, by the time it gets cooked, let me go upstairs and get ready and come down. So I put the flame to the fullest in the gas stove, went upstairs, got ready and was coming down. As I was coming down, I could see my husband pulling the car from the garage. So immediately I wore my jackets and everything and shoes and everything, and I just left out, locked the door and got into the car. And that is 1 hour drive. So we drove all the way and I completely forgot about the gas stove, neither the cooker or whatever. And when he was about to take the exit to the center after 1 hour, that's when I remembered, oh my God, I forgot to switch off the stove. And I told my husband, Attan, this is what happened. And I want to tell you right now, he is Mahatma Gandhi. And he'll be very, calm and very serenity. Whereas in my case, now we would have known by this time. Okay? So I told, Attan, I don't know what to do. He said, don't worry, I'll go and drop you all and then I'll go back and switch off the stove and come back. I said, okay. And we went there and my children got out and they went into the classroom. I also got out, but he was still sitting in the car. So my friends who came there, they said, Jayanthi, why Bhaiya is sitting in the car? This is what happened, ma, so he has to go back and switch off the stove. Then she said, no. Brother drove all the way from there and came. Give the keys. I'll ask my husband to go and switch it off. Then I said, no. For my mistake, I don't want anyone to undergo any trouble. Wait a minute. Let me ask Swami. Whatever he says, we will do it. Then they said, Jayanthi, are you crazy? They said, be practical, Jayanthi. There's a gas stove. It's a pressure cooker. It's a brand new home. What do you mean you will ask Swami? Either ask your husband to go or you give the keys to my husband. I said, no. I decided to ask Swami. Let's go and come. And they asked, Bhaiya, what is she talking about? Yes, sister, if she decides to ask Swami, we cannot stop her. Let's go. If needed, I'll go. Sister, come, let's all go. So they all came inside. That day happened to be bhajan practice day. So I told Swami, you know I love your bhajan so much. At the same time, we had to take care of the stove. I don't know what you will do. Who is going to sing from the ladies' side? That bhajan should be the bhajan that I like the most. If that's the case, I'll take it for granted. You'll take care of the stove. I can sit here and enjoy your bhajans. So the ladies sang this bhajan. So, Guru Nanak ji ki jai jaikar, jo bole so hoye nihal. I said, wow, that's wonderful, Swami. And I kept quiet. My husband turned back and asked me, do you want me to go? I said, okay. I asked Swami, don't worry. In the meantime, Irma, let me finish this. Sai Ram, don't interrupt, please. So, what happened? Very critical situation. So what happened? What happened? One of the ladies, they asked me, they just kept pestering me. Give the keys. I said, hold on. I asked Swami. Then I said, Swami, looked at Swami and said, Swami, more than me, these ladies so concerned. I don't know what you'll do. From the Gen side also, I want to listen to a bhajan that I like the most. Then I'll take it for granted. You'll take care of the stuff. I can sit here. And from the Gen side, they sang, Jagadishwari Daya Karoma, Shiva Shankari Kripa Karoma. Immediately I looked at him, Bangaru, Daya Karo, Kripa Karo, please take care of the stuff so I can enjoy your bhajans. So it was going on. I was very happy because when he has given the assurance, why should you worry about it? Then at one point, the other lady, she couldn't resist. Immediately she gave a pinch on my thigh. I said, Sai Ram. I just looked at her. Then she said, give the keys. Then I looked at Swami. I said, I don't know what you'll do, Swami. The next bhajan, you should give me a clear-cut answer that you will take care of the stuff. I can sit and enjoy your bhajans here. So the next bhajan was this. We are blessed, we are blessed, we are blessed. Sai Baba is watching over us. We are here to sing your sweet name. And it went on. Then I said, wonderful, Bangaru. So you're going to watch the stuff. We are here to sing your sweet name. Well and good. Then I looked at my husband and he said, he asked, should I need to go? And I said, no. No, Swami has given the answer. Then he also kept quiet. And remember all the brothers and sisters, we left the home at 11:30 in the morning. By the time everything got over, it's almost 5:30 in the evening. Then by the time we reach home, it will be 6:30. Okay? So 5:30, everything was over. We came out and I used to chit-chat with the ladies all about only Swami, nothing else. And this lady come, Arivirka, in Tamil she asked me, do you have any sense? Get out from here. Go and tell. I am so, looks like I'll get blood pressure. I don't know what happened to the house. Brother, please go home and let us know what happened. I said, okay, don't worry. Once we go home, we'll let you know. So we drove again 1 hour. I didn't care. Swami would have taken care. Why should you worry about it? But when we came to the stop sign, it's not even what do you call? The kilometer. Okay, 100 feet or something from my home, from the stop sign. At that point of time, I started to get my heart started to pound. Yo, what happened? And that time in that whole area, our house was the third house that was built. So we can see from the stop sign. I said, is any kind of smoke is coming or what? Immediately I turned towards him and I said, Atta, sikra ponga. I don't know what happened. I'm very, very scared. Go soon, go soon. And I told him, he's very quiet, Kada. He said, why are you yelling at me, Amma? It's not even 100 feet. Why are you yelling at me? Hold on, I'll go, don't worry. So saying, he just drove and he went into park the car. Immediately I barged into the home to go and see what happened to the kitchen. And then as I went in, I felt it was utter shock because the gas stove was as it is as I left it in the morning. And then immediately I looked up. Luckily nothing happened up. But we couldn't lift the cooker. Then immediately we switched off the stove, took the cooker out, put a spoon under the weight and opened the water. And in the meantime, I was giving him dose. What is this, Swami? I thought you would have done some miracle and switched off the stove. And you only told not because my grandma taught me that never to waste anything, especially also when it comes to food. So I said, you only told not to waste. You put on top of that, I promised that lady I'm going to give her the food. Do you want me to give this burnt food? What is this, Swami? I thought you would do something. You gave me the assurance, Kada. Why did you do like this? All kinds of dose I was giving him. Then finally the pressure got released and we opened the cooker lid, opened the lid, took a ladle and started to dig. And I went all the way underneath, my dear brothers and sisters. Not even a single grain of rice get caught. Because he took care of it. But you should know one thing. He is very clever, right? Nataka Sutradhari, they call him. What he would have done, the moment the rice got cooked, he would have switched it off. Then the moment we entered, he would have switched it on. That's a different story. Okay? But we have to have that firm faith. So immediately there was a phone calls from my friends. Jayanthi, the house is okay, what, etc. Nobody cared about us. They were worried about the house. Then I told this what happened, Amma. Then they said, Amma, Taye, on devotion, Swami is according to your devotion, Swami is also dancing according to the tunes. We can never do that. Then only I told them, look, had I thought halfway through, we have to be practical. Devotion should be there, but we have to be practical. And if you had come halfway through, definitely something would have happened. But because you surrendered 100% to him, and you had the faith 100% and 100% surrender, so I now no other choice for him. He has to take care. So that's the faith and surrender we have to have with Swami. And in Sai Smaran book, Dr. Gadia has written that, it's in Swami said, if you have 100% faith, I will remove half of your karma. If you have 100% faith plus 100% surrender, I'll remove your karma, he says. So that kind of unshakable faith we have to have upon Swami. He will never let go down, I promise you all. He will never let go down. He may drop you. You'll be about to touch the ground, and that time he'll come and lift you up. But we need to have that faith until then, that strong faith. So then I told my ladies, my friends, I said, today Jayanthi did, okay, tomorrow we can also leave the cooker and go. Don't do that. Because it will become like the, the golden axe in the story you all would know. You know, it will become like that.
We can skip that.
So remember, the bottom line of this story is, have 100% faith and 100% surrender. Never have a second thought. If he gives you assurance, no second thought. Just be firm that he will take care. That is the bottom line of this story. Now I'll move on to my grandma's story. To make it brief, at the age of 87, because she raised me, right? So I wanted to pay my gratitude back to my grandmother. So it didn't happen in India because we were in a joint family. Finally, we went to Canada. It didn't happen. And when we went to US, finally in 2001, Swami made it come true. 2001. So what happened when we went to, when we brought her grandma, at the age of 87, we took her to America. She was a clean patient. Then 3 years went by and we were planning to bring her back to India. At that point of time, one Monday afternoon, what happened, my husband came from work that day. So we are sitting and eating, and I had the babysitting children who might babysit. They were in the high chair. So I started to eat quickly, and I told my grandma, why don't you eat? We have to go and take care of them. But she was keep fidgeting with the rice. I said, why don't you eat? No, Ma, I don't feel like eating, she said. Anyway, I ate, and we went and were about to go to the sink to wash the hands. And suddenly when I turned, eyes went up, her tongue came out, and she put her head down. That's not my wife, my breath was not with me. And I screamed, Atta, what happened? I'm just keep calling her, grandma, grandma. but no response. Immediately he said, call the doctor, call the doctor. Then only we realized it was Monday. So what to do? And by the time we could think about it, suddenly she started through up blood. We have like called yogurt containers up to this level. In 3 containers of that level, she threw up blood. So we didn't know what to do. All her sari, blouse, everything was soaked in blood. Immediately he said, call 911, and we called the 911. Within 2 minutes, the paramedics came, and they put her in the stretcher, and they asked him, they told me, go and get a pant and shirt. Immediately I went and got the pant and shirt. They changed her, took her in the ambulance, and he also accompanied them. And I got so scared, and immediately I called my friends to come and be with me. And one of the babysitting parents, they called and they said, Jayanthi, don't worry, I'll go with you to the hospital. Don't worry. And the rest of them, they picked up. And we went to the hospital, and she said, Jayanthi, stay here. I'll go and park the car and come. We can get inside. That time before leaving, I took the Loving God book with me. It has played a major role in my life. Loving God and Sathya Sai Anandai, those books. So what happened? I took this book, and by the time she came from the parking lot, I told Swami, you know I love my grandma so much. I don't know what you'll do. I'm going to open the book, give me an answer that you'll take care of her. I told him and closed my eyes and opened the book. The moment I opened, it said, everybody rejoiced that the stomach was clear, and Swami himself came as a physician and treated the patient. These were the exact lines. The moment I saw that, I said, okay, you are going to take care of her, nothing to worry about it. So we went in, and when I went in, he was sitting in the veranda. They were trying to do endoscopy to find out why she threw up blood. Suddenly, the blue code alarm started to ring. I know brother might know about the blue code, which means for emergency, all the doctors will go into that place. So everybody was rushing somewhere, and I thought somebody is in danger. So I prayed to Swami, please take care of them, somebody is in danger. Little did I realize that they all were entering into my grandma's room. By the time we could find out what is this, one of the nurses said, you cannot sit here, go to the other veranda. By the time we could go there, another lady came, walked by, and the other nurse, and she said, I'm sorry, everything is over. What? What do you mean everything is over? I started to scream and cry. Swami, what happened to your promise? You told you will come and take care of her. I don't know what you'll do. You have to take care of my grandma. You have to revive her back. Then, believe me or not, brothers and sisters, after 45 minutes, the doctor came out. And he asked, who are the grandchildren? We said, we are the ones. Then he called us inside and he said, I don't know what happened. Because she threw up blood, we are trying to do endoscopy. And she started to move. So we gave her some sedation. But looks like she couldn't withstand that. It went a little over. So her lungs stopped functioning. But he said this word. After 45 minutes, some miracle happened. He used that word, miracle. Some miracle happened. She started to breathe on her own. Then I said, these days I used to tease him. For us to come from India, it will take one day. For you, at least it will take 45 minutes. Kada. I used to tease him. So then the doctor said she has to be in the CCU for 6 weeks. So she was there. Every day the life was a big struggle. I'll go to the hospital, see her, then go and drop my children, drop my husband, come back home, take care of the children. Then evening vice versa. Send the children, go and pick up my husband, pick up my children, go to my grandma, see her, come back to home. And all the side devotees, as you know, they said, don't worry about cooking, we'll take care of it completely. So, and then because I could not go during the daytime because we need money. So I had to take care of the children. So all the other sisters, they used to go to the hospital, sing bhajans for her or sing, recite Kanda Shashti Kavacham, everything like that. So 6 weeks passed away. The doctor said, okay, now you can take her home. So we brought her home. Within 3 days or so, it was a Saturday morning, she wanted to use the restroom. So we took her, that's a Western toilet, so we took her there. I made her sit. The moment she sat, she put both her hands on my shoulder and she gave a big press on my thing. I said, yo, grandma, why are you pressing me like this, paining? And suddenly I see the same situation. Eyes went up and the tongue came out, the head fell down. Then this time I couldn't stand, I screamed to my husband, and my husband and children ran and came. Immediately we took her to the hospital. Again the doctor said she has to be for 6 weeks again in the CCU. During that time, they put her a patch or something on the backside. It was a severe medication that she was a clean patient when she came from India. But that patch was so severe in such a way that she developed gangrene in her foot. So at one point, the doctors called and told me that, Jayanthi, I'm sorry to tell you, the grandma has developed a gangrene, so we had to do surgery for her. I said, doctor, please don't say that. Don't say that. Okay, then what? Okay, doctor, what will happen if I don't do that? If you don't do that, she'll end up removing the whole leg. Oh my God, okay, doctor, okay, go for it. When do you want to do? Next Friday, I'm available. You can talk to my nurse, so we can go for the surgery. I said, okay, doctor. But within my mind, I ran to home. I called him and I cried and I went to home, went into Swami's room and I told, you know what? I know what you will do. I don't know what you will do. I'm going to do the Padaka Puja for you. It's your duty to take care of my grandma's food. I prayed to him. Immediately I sent a note to all my friends. And everybody said, okay, Jayanti, this Saturday will come. And I didn't have even a Padaka picture at that point of time. So one of them said, I'll bring the Padaka picture. And you know Jairam Shastrigal, some of you might know. So his CD was there. So one of them said, I'll bring that. And they brought everything. And we are on the basement, we conducted this prayer. Doing prayer to the Padaka Puja. We are trying to put on the photo only. We are trying to do all the Abhishekam, myself and my husband. And we all got this, everything was got over. And my friends, they all packed the foods and kept because they don't want any kind of socialism because it's a serious issue. So half of them left taking care, who took away the food and went. And some of them were there who said, a couple of them said, Jayanti, can I go and see upstairs puja room? At that time we didn't have Vibhooti or nothing. And of course we had only a tiny picture of Swami. So, since they said we went upstairs, as we went inside, suddenly she said, Jayanti, how come there is Vibhooti here? We had a tea table right there. Imagine, there's a tea table. And as well, Swami standing here. And he put his right foot out. And he put the Vibhooti, sprinkled Vibhooti here. It's like a GoPro, it was there. So, and they said, Jayanti, see Swami's Vibhooti. I said, no, some child would have sprinkled a man. Come on, what do you mean? It is Swami's Vibhooti. Go and call everybody. So immediately I called everyone. All of them came upstairs. And one person had this viewfinder, the phone those days. This was in 2003. So what he did, he was trying to take the picture of that Vibhooti. At that point of time, as he was doing that, when everybody was taking a look, suddenly he screamed, Swami's Padam, Padam. And that's where we saw Swami has put his Padam, his right foot outside, and he has materialized the Vibhooti. Then immediately then what he did, when everybody was taking a look, he tried to lift up the camera. As he was going, we could literally see as though in the tea table, let's say you cut it out and ask Swami to get inside. And Swami stood there and thus put the right foot. It was like that. We could see literally Swami blood and flesh and blood in that camera. Everybody started to cry and scream and whatnot. And when everybody took a look, suddenly the picture vanished. But luckily he caught hold of that Padaka picture. Then everybody said, Jayanti, why do you worry? Because you asked for your grandma's food. Swami has assured that he'll take care of the food. Plus, for your devotion, he has materialized Vibhooti. And I thanked Swami and I thought some miracle will take place. But days went by, Friday came and it's time to go for surgery. So I am in the theatre. He went to work, the children went to school. So I am in the theatre and the daughter is coming with the consent form to put the signature. And today I want to tell you all, brothers and sisters, whenever you want to sign a paper, make sure never sign it right away. Try to write up in there, Sai Ram, and then put your pen on the paper and sign your name. And I'm telling you, everything will be sanctioned. Okay? Please do with the full faith in Swami. So that day, likewise, I casually just put it in the air, I wrote, and I started to cry. Swami, I thought you'll do some miracle. Now the time has come. I brought it. You only told, no, Swami, when you borrow something from somebody, you have to return it in a better shape. I brought a full-fledged person. Now you want me to take it as a handicapped person. He said, fair on your part. All these thoughts were going in the mind. I was crying and I was trying to sign the paper. And when they came and laid her, the right foot was black in color and so disgusting. All the nails came out, the skin came out. So it was very horrible to see. So the nurse, what they did, they covered the feet. So when the doctor came, vascular surgeon, when he came, he got the signature from me and got the paper and he said, asked the nurse, is everything ready in the theatre? They said, yes, doctor, everything is ready. So what he did, so there's a foot right, this is the foot right, and he opened the blanket. When he opened, obviously the left foot was perfectly normal. Then he removed the blanket on the right side. Lo and behold, brothers and sisters, the foot was perfectly normal. And those ladies were screaming, oh my goodness, what is this going on here? And the doctor was surprised. I had never come across a case like this. She saved your money, she saved my time, and she saved her energy. And my grandma do not know anything. I just told her, you told you have knee pain, kada, andike I brought you here. So she do not know anything. Later only I told her all the details. So Swami took care of, because he gave the assurance, he put the foot down and said, I will take care of her foot. And he did that miracle within that 5 minutes of time only. The blanket was put and the doctor came, the blanket was removed. Within that 5 minutes, this sweet Lord changed everything. So that's why he always tells me, when you go to any center, first share this South story and this grandma story. So I offered that to you today. Okay, and when time permits, I'll share more. I want to give time to them. And thank you one and all. But again, humbly I request you, The listening to the story is not important, but what did you derive from these stories? What lesson did you learn? And before I end up, I want to tell you one thing. Whatever wish you have, if you want to get that fulfilled, remember two things. Go today to your home, sit and analyze yourself. What are the bad habits you are having? If you have any bad habits, make sure that you get rid of it from today onwards and never turn back until your last breath. Likewise, see what kind of good habits you can inculcate and make sure you start it from today and never leave it until the end of your life. So that's very, very important. And then one more final thing, 2 minutes, you'll really enjoy this. Because I told all the serious stories, let me tell you this and I'll finish that. One time my husband was getting ready to go to the work. I got his jacket and pulled out the zip and gave it to him. But when I tried to pull out the zip came out by hand. I said, Swami, what is this, Swami? You only told not to waste. Now I have to go and get another zip. Okay, make sure when I go to Walmart, I had to get the exact zip for this jacket. I told him this, left it there, and then I started to work. Later, one of my friends, she called me. Oh, Sai Ram Kalyanji, how are you, etc., etc. And she said, Jayanti, do you know why I called you? No, I told her, I missed you for all the events. Malladi brothers came and performed in our home. And then we had also Jairam Shastrigal came and performed the Padaka Puja at our home. I missed you, Didi. Yeah, I was in India, my dear. That's why I didn't come. But wait, do you know why I called you? I don't know, Didi. Please tell me. You know what? You are an elevated soul. You should not ask for petty things. That's the reason I want to tell you. I said, what do you mean, Kalyanji? Petty things, sir. What kind of petty things you mean? She's a Telugu lady. Petty things, enti. Oh, suppose if the zip is gone in the jacket, don't ask Swami, get me a zip. I said, Kalyanji, I screamed. How in the world you got this, Mama? We are being a lady, can't you think of a sari, a blouse, or bangles, or anything? Where did you think about the zip and the jacket? I don't know, my dear. This is the thought Swami gave me. I'm just telling you. I got goosebumps. I said, no. I don't know whether Swami tells her it's not for you. This what happened this morning. I told her. Then I told her, I don't know whether the zip is for the jacket or for my mouth. So I will just end here. Sai Ram, everyone.